This program is brought to you by Canton Community Television. Now, from the television studios of Canton High School.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm your host, TJ Porter. Today we have Jesse M and TJ and TN telling us about their clubs, Eye in the Sky and Drama Club. Guys, welcome to our show.
Nice to be here.
So happy you invited me.
How's your year been today?
Busy.
How's Chicago going?
Oh, just
You're
want to
both
answer
main
that?
actors, and it seems very stressful.
We were promised 2 rehearsals a day. We've gotten 4.
Rehearsals in
two a
one
week,
day?
and now
Oh.
it's 4 a week.
It's actually 5 a week.
It's 5 a week?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, actually.
You guys are there every day.
Yeah, for 2 hours every day after school.
So you guys
from
are there
3 to
until
5.
4?
Till 5.
Oh, wow. What do your rehearsals look like? Are they more or less strenuous than Puffs were for T?
Oh, definitely more strenuous. For us, it starts half the time, like an hour in Miss Eckersley's room, going over singing and stuff like that, like for ensemble. And then the other half of the time is going over dance stuff, you know?
The dancing it usually takes longer than the singing because everyone already knows the songs of Chicago. That's why they signed up. So a lot of it is just rerunning dances that everybody forgets after the first day we learn them.
Don't I know it? Now, Jesse, you were in our very extensive musical Legally Blonde last year. How would you compare your experience on Chicago this year to Legally Blonde last year?
Chicago is so much better.
Aw.
So much better. Legally Blonde, I love Legally Blonde, and I love the people in Legally Blonde. It's like all kind of the same people. But oh my god, Legally Blonde was so much harder to learn, so much more music, so many more dance numbers, so many more costume changes for me
Quick,
because
change
I
the
had
musical.
I had like 5 different parts that all spoke and all had different costumes. So I've like been on the stage in just a bald cap and been like, it's fine guys, it'll be okay. So this one's a lot more fun and like easy and like, yeah.
Now, just for the cameras, what are you guys' roles in Chicago?
So for me, I play Fred Casely, Velma's ex-boyfriend, who she kaploos to start off the whole entire show. And Jess?
I play Mary Sunshine, a very happy, fun reporter who basically just gets to be flirted with the entire time.
Oh, cool.
by the lead. He just says, I'm pretty. And I'm like, you're right. We should release this, like, murderer from prison.
The lead being Billy Flynn.
Oh, okay. Now, T, you're here to talk about Eye in the Sky. What do you do on Eye in the Sky?
So, Eye in the Sky, what we do is we record the school's games, specifically varsity games, etc., and also our concerts. And so what specifically I do typically is audio engineering. I do the mixing, I set up mics and stuff like that.
Jesse, we know you're on GSA. What do you do in GSA?
What do I do specifically? We do a lot of like decorating and planning future events, like a student staff kickball game and things like that to raise money for the Trevor Project and other gay rights movements.
Oh, wow. What do your club hours look like for both of you, GSA and Eye in the Sky?
For Eye in the Sky, it's like I'd say like once or twice a week. It depends on, of course, whenever we have games or concerts. So it's kind of inconsistent a
How
little
long
bit.
are you here?
So it's normally for me at least, from directly after school until around whenever the game ends, which tends to be like 8-ish, 7-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 12 was the absolute latest.
So you're here for about 12 hours on days like that?
Yeah.
Jesse, what do your club hours look like?
Not that. We usually just stay until like 3:15 every Thursday because almost every single one of us has a rehearsal to get to.
I was going to say, that was my next question. How do you guys balance your main club acts with drama club?
Honestly, we get yelled at a lot by our director. But a lot of the times it's the same people in both. So it's like kind of really easy to just maneuver your way to the next one because you're still walking with the same people and you're still like both GSA and Drama Club are very like fun and talkative. So it's kind of like switching between 2 very similar things.
And for me, it's like Miss Bropes gave us 30 minutes. Miss Bropes and Miss Ersley, they gave us 30 minutes before Drama Club starts. That's why it starts at 3 instead of 2:30. So the 30 minutes is like, Jess would probably go to GSA. I'd probably go to like Pop's Chorus or whatever else I need to do. And luckily for me, Eye in the Sky is like way after 5. So it might mean I might miss setup sometimes, but I can still like
Make
come
it to
in,
the
you know?
game.
Yeah. Unless there's Bulldog Band, which is like every Tuesday now.
Oh wow. What is Bulldog Band?
So Bulldog Band is our
Amazing segment.
it's our high school. It's an ensemble made with our jazz band, pops orchestra, I think, and our CHS concert band. So basically, we come to games and stuff like that, and we just blast it. It's a pep band, basically. It's trying to get like the team spirit up.
Now, Jesse, I know you don't play any instruments, but you are in the chorus. You are in the chorus class. What does your chorus schedule look like? Do you do any events for chorus after school?
We don't usually do it after school, besides concerts, like once every couple months, but we do have like school field trips.
Oh, really?
Like we went to nursing homes to like sing for people over like Christmas. We also this year have a field trip at the end of the year where we get to go to Six Flags and perform there
wow.
and then stay there all day.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we don't really have a lot of after school stuff unless you include things like Pop's chorus.
You're in Pop's chorus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in Pop's chorus.
What is-
Sort of.
Sort of. Are you supposed to be and you just don't go?
I went to a ton of practices and then like did a concert and then was like, all right, I think I'm done now. And then they were like, no, you're not.
What do your concerts look like?
Concerts. They look like every other concert.
I mean, like, how often do you do them? How long do they last? What do you do to get ready?
Well, concerts usually last like 2 hours, a little bit longer depending on how many things are performing. Like, is band performing? Is jazz band performing? Is Pop's chorus performing? A cappella performing? And to get ready, there's a lot of costume changes for everybody.
Oh.
Some people will show up in like a plain shirt and then realize that everyone else came like in like festive clothing, and they're like, we gotta go to the costume closet, we gotta get changed, we gotta get ready, then we can warm up. I'll worry
Are
about
you
the
some
singing
people?
after. I'm some people.
Okay.
I mean, are you even a drama student if you haven't used the costume closet in an emergency, right?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Have you used the concert closet have you used the costume closet in emergency band situations?
Maybe. I mean, maybe for like a little Hamilton, maybe.
Hamilton?
I also did that for Hamilton.
What's the story
Maybe.
behind that?
Care to tell? You're trying to get all of our secrets, huh?
That's how an interview works.
Oh, no, I insist. You tell your own stories.
Okay. Okay. Hamilton and Jesse had nothing to wear, so we thought, okay, we gotta find something, right? It was actually kind of useless, actually. I just gave you my jacket. I just gave you my jacket. Here.
We went in there and like we weren't actually supposed to be in there, and we start like searching through like for anything, but the costume closet isn't normal clothes, it's costumes. So we were going through it and I was like, I could show up in a ball gown, or T could just give me their leather jacket so I look somewhat presentable.
And
So
you didn't pick the ball gown?
no, we illegally went into the costume closet for no reason, and I ended up doing something completely different, and it was all for naught.
Now,
Sorry, Miss Probst.
Now, I know a lot of actors tend to keep their costumes after the show. Have either of you kept your costumes after your shows?
For Puffs, no.
Wait, who's this being streamed to?
Jesse.
Who's gonna see this?
The school.
I'd like to apologize, but I've absolutely kept something. I have a really cute leather jacket, and it was like ratty though, guys, it's fine. And then I also may have kept the shirt from my chutney exploration.
Oh, wow.
It was so fun, and I loved my clothes for chutney. I almost took the entire ensemble with me, like
Oh,
all of it.
wow.
And I had like 8 parts to that costume. I almost stole the wig, but they were. But I would have gotten caught carrying out a giant perm.
I think you would have.
So I decided against it.
Okay, let's ask some more legal questions that won't get
Speaking
us in
of
trouble.
legal, speaking of legal, how do you deal with the equipment you use in the Eye in the Sky? I know it's very heavy and very expensive.
I thought you were about to segue to Legally Blonde. I
I
was
was.
guy.
Eye in the Sky.
How do we handle the equipment?
How do you handle the equipment?
Carefully, especially because so to focus back on my job, it's like XLRs and stuff like that. There's times where we have to like run like 100 feet of XLRs from up here all the way down to like to where the band sits in the stands, and if someone happens to take a little trip and fall and bust their head open, that's not a fun time. So how we try to go about it with our limited budget is using wireless mics. Of course, they're like expensive and you have to charge them, which is can be kind of iffy because you have to rely.
What is an XLR?
XLRs are audio cables that transmit audio sound from your mic to whatever your interface is.
What interface do you guys use when you're recording games?
It depends. Sometimes the XLRs run into a camera, and then both those feeds run into our mixer or what's it called? I'm forgetting. Basically, what the tech director does. The tech director's board.
Now, back to our Chicago musical. How are you both dealing with the stress of drama kids? I know that they can tend to be a little passionate about their acting, and even though it's a high school production, how do you guys deal with the stress of getting steps wrong, being yelled at, the schedule even?
So for me, I find this time around it feels a bit more chill. I feel like everyone's very locked in. People who don't want to be here aren't here, So when you get steps wrong or like you sing a note wrong, it doesn't feel like too big of a deal because like your seniors are there to support you, your teachers are there to support you, and we're all learning for the first time, right? It's not like, especially since it's just started, maybe if it's like later down the road and showtime's coming and then they're really like pressure, and everyone's a bit like jittery, snappy. So for now, it's pretty chill, I think. How do you feel?
I'd like to formally thank Emma. She's the choreographer for one of the dances, and it's like a lot of dancing because Chicago's a musical. And I cannot dance very well at all. I am a singer first and foremost. So Emma lessened the steps for me and put me in a spot where I have to dance a little bit less.
Oh, cute.
She came up to me and she was like, "Girl, I know how much you hate Fosse, so we're gonna put you in a little spot where you have to do less of it." So I'd like to formally thank her. I love her so much. She's such a sweetheart for that. But also, I think that it gets really stressful, like you said, like during tech week when everyone's yelling at you for everything and you somehow manage to do everything wrong. Like you sneeze and you get shushed. That's happened to me before. It was horrible.
Oh, wow.
I was
Jessie?
backstage during a run and I went achoo and I just got shh and I was like, "Oh, sorry guys." But
Jessie?
as of right now, it's not very stressful.
Good. T, this is your first musical. How do you feel about it so far?
I'm terrified. I'm honestly so terrified. When I went into the auditions thinking, you know what? I'm going to embarrass myself. And I'm going to embarrass myself real hard. And I did. I embarrassed the heck out of myself. But you know what? I tried.
got you the lead.
And I got Fred. I tried. I feel like one of the quotes I really apply to drama a lot is don't boo yourself off stage before, anyone gets to see you perform. Oftentimes, especially with something I'm not too confident in, like my singing or my dancing or my acting, you always get so anxious and thinking oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. Everyone's gonna hate this, that. When you go on stage, you just kind of fake it till you make it. You gotta try to be more confident with it, So that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to be more confident with dancing, with singing, with everything.
Jessie, this is your second musical. What have you been doing to help the first timers, get used to things? Because the musicals are a lot more work than the plays are.
Yeah, they are. Well, actually, I wouldn't know that because the play I was in was also a musical. But I've been trying my best to help. I know only a couple of people who are first time to this, mostly freshmen, and I've been trying to just kind of basically get them not to boo themselves off the stage. During auditions, I was doing breathing exercise with a couple of them. I was like,
Aw.
"Guys, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do fantastic." Especially for callbacks, everyone was super nervous. But I was like, if you got a callback, that means that they think you are good enough and you are capable of doing this. And so
Aw.
you're gonna do great either way. And I also always, every time I have an audition, I come in jumping up and down, clapping my hands, going, "You're gonna do great. You are doing great. I bet you did great. Even if I didn't see you, you're always perfect." Try my best to make them calm down and know that people have their back.
Are either of you going to do the talent show this year?
I'm thinking about it, but right now my schedule's kind of cray-cray, being after school almost every day and already the
12
clubs
hours
I
a
got.
day.
Before I thought about doing a waltz with Jess, but I gotta admit I have not been locked in on that. So I'd really have to like pull everything together. Also, concerts coming up, terms are ending. There's a lot of stuff
When is
going
your
on.
concert? Your next concert?
I believe it's on the 28th.
Sure.
I believe it's on the 28th, the winter concert.
The 28th of January?
Yeah.
Where's it going to be?
At the CHS Auditorium.
So what I'm hearing is everyone should totally come to the Windsor concert
Yeah,
on the 28th.
totally. Come support your musicians.
Obviously.
Obviously.
So, Jesse, you said that in GSA you organize a bunch of fundraisers and a bunch of future events. What does it look like when you organize a fundraiser?
A lot of slideshows and a lot of like disagreements between people. But ultimately, it's super fun planning that kind of thing because we have people of all different grades in GSA, which means
wow.
like we know what like each like age group wants to see. I remember like last year, we had a senior running it, and they were like, "Oh, like we should do this, this, and this," and like all of the young kids were like, "No, we shouldn't do those things. I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. We're
And
gonna
you
do
were a
this
freshman
instead."
last year.
And I
weren't
was
you?
a freshman last year.
Were you one of the people that were like, we don't want to see that?
It was me. I was like, "Boo! Get off the table."
How have your fundraisers been in the last few years? Have they been in the last year? Have they been successful for you guys?
Well, we're still kind of planning things out because most big things happen closer to the end of the year as
of course.
rather like the beginning. So we're still planning certain things. As of right now, we're also working on decorating a bulletin board outside of the cafeteria. Like just smaller things like that, but we're hoping to do a big fundraiser at the end of the year. Like just something like really fun for everybody.
Oh, cool.
And I want to add, like, I feel like this year especially, a lot of like clubs and extracurricular stuff are going under a lot of reforms. I know I pop up in GSA sometimes. I know that they're trying to reform GSA. We got BTOM, Miss Brobes, etc. trying to reform how we do things at our concerts. Like our last holiday concert. We had a little thing where we did stuff before the actual time, you know? It was like a little what do they call it? Holiday treats and frosty beats.
Oh, that's what that was. I seen ads for that, and I was like, I wanted to know where it was from.
For us.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that we have to wrap this up so quickly, but thank you for coming here to tell us all about your clubs. It's been an amazing experience, and I think I might check some of them out after school. What days are you guys in your clubs?
Well, GSA is on Thursday, and Drama Club is almost every day.
If you're in the main. If you're an ensemble, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
And when is Eye in the Sky?
We have an Eye in the Sky today, Friday, and I believe after school today.
Thank you so much for being on our show today. I've been your host, TJ Porter, and that was The Dog Pound.
Bye.
Bye! Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Our Period E crew today is Glenn Makarov, Aiden Marganetti, Connor Moran, Donovan Connor, Luke Richards, Samuel Siegel, Larissa Sindor, Elizabeth Reyes. I'm Jaysha. Thanks for watching.
Hi, would you like to join the Canton Community Television?
Did he tell you
I'm
that?
good,
Did he tell you
thanks.
after you do it?
Huh.
Hey, I heard about the Canton Community Television. Can I join?
Yeah, of course. Here's the flyer. Thank you for watching Canton Community Television, the student station.
This program is brought to you by Canton Community Television, now from the television studios at Canton High School.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm your host, Brooke. Today on our show, we have Nala, who will talk about varsity cheer as a freshman. Nala, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us why you started cheer and who or what got you into it.
Well, before high school, I had a lot of friends that were already in cheer, especially you, Jasmine, Alyssa. So they definitely sparked my interest at first, especially because I heard them talking about it so much at dance. So yeah.
How has dance helped you with cheer, would you say?
It's definitely helped me improve my dancing skills that I need for competition and games and stuff like that.
Yeah, That's great. Why did you choose to join cheer over other sports, clubs, or activities?
Well, I just like love the environment, and like in 8th grade, like going to like the football games and like seeing the cheerleaders like definitely sparked my interest. So like yeah.
That's great. Are there any other like sports that you or clubs like you wish you could have joined?
Not really in the fall. I'm doing like winter gymnastics now. Like I wish I could have done like both gymnastics and cheer, but unfortunately I could only pick one. So I am doing gymnastics right now, but I think I will be joining cheer back next fall.
Do you think you're ever going to do winter cheer?
I don't know. I've done gymnastics since I was like really young. So I think I'm going to continue to do gymnastics in the winter and cheer in the fall. But the balance of both of them is just like great, and I love both of the sports.
That's great. Tell us about a moment which first sparked your interest in cheer, and how did that experience motivate you to continue with it?
Like I said, like at dance, hearing a lot of friends like talk about it and how great last season was, even though I wasn't here, like they did amazing last season, especially like hearing like they made it to states was just like so inspiring, and I was so excited to join the team.
That's great. What about cheer motivates you the most when you're out on the mat or at practice, and why?
Probably just like before cheer competitions, just like on the bus, like listening to music, just like being with my team, especially like some team bonding things that we do. I remember we made like friendship bracelets, which it can definitely help us with teamwork and like bonding and stuff like that, which is so important for like the cheer team and stuff like that, because we do have to work as a team. So yeah, it's so important.
What would you say is like more like mentally challenging, like competition or game day?
I would say competition, because like you never know like the outcome. We're doing really hard stunts out there on the mat. So it's definitely really hard, especially because you're competing against other great cheer teams, which is like really hard. But game day is pretty hard too, especially being like in front of a large crowd, in front of like a student section. It can definitely be like kind of intimidating. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember how you first felt, like when you first like had your first game or like your first competition?
Yeah. My first game, I was just like so nervous, especially because like I was placed right in front of the student section. I didn't want to mess up or anything like that, but it honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was quite easy actually. Like I was just like with my friends. I was surrounded with like support and stuff like that. And it was just an overall great feeling. I think we won that game too.
Yeah, we did.
So like, yeah, that was just so fun.
Yeah.
I think I was a bit more nervous for competition, my first time competing. I don't know. I felt like it was just more intense. I felt the need to just like really lock in more.
Right.
So yeah, it was a bit more nerve-wracking being on the comp mat
Yeah.
than the.
I remember the first game you were like nervous you were gonna forget the cheers, but
Yeah.
do you feel like you've like mastered them now?
Yeah, for sure. I was so nervous about like forgetting the cheers at first, but I've been practicing a lot like with my team and stuff like that. So I think I've definitely mastered the cheers and stuff like that, all the dances. It's just super fun. I'm so excited to learn some like new ones next season and hopefully teach them.
Yep, me too. In what way does cheer bring out your passion, and why? And what parts of cheer do you find most fulfilling?
Well, previously to cheer, I did gymnastics, so it really gave me an opportunity to like showcase like my tumbling, stuff like that, which was just so great. I also do like competitive dance, and it's kind of similar to like dance in a way, because like you are competing against other people. But it's so great. It's fun and I love it.
That's so great. Yeah, describe a moment during the cheer season which made you realize how much you love it, and why was that moment so important to you?
I think teaching like youth cheer was just so inspiring. It taught me it taught me just like so much, and like I love just like teaching, and it was just so fun to like be around my friends and stuff like that, like also like taking care and like teaching younger people.
Yeah. Describe who or what keeps you coming back to cheer each year, and how or why has your love for it grown or changed over time?
Well, I'm a freshman, so this is my first year doing cheer, but I'll definitely be back next fall. I think it's taught me so many important life lessons and just like how to persevere through like any challenges that I might face and stuff like that. It taught me how to like work in a team and stuff like that. So it's just like really fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that's helped like you build connections too, like with a lot of people. Right?
Yeah, I've definitely like made like a lot of friends. Like made like a lot of friends. Like upperclassmen have definitely like helped me out with like learning cheers and stuff like that. It's just like I've built so many strong connections, and like also seeing them through like dance and stuff like that has just been such an amazing experience.
Yeah, that's great. Describe how the challenges you face in cheer contribute to your passion for it, and what about overcoming these challenges makes you love cheer even more?
It's so important to just like overcome these challenges as a team. Working as a team and with teamwork is just such an important aspect of cheerleading, because if one person's not like doing the right thing, like a stunt could fall, somebody could get hurt, and just like we all really have to be like really focused and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You guys have to be like mentally tough, right?
Yeah, for sure. It can
Yeah.
definitely take like a physical and mental toll on like on like I don't know, just like everything. So we
Yeah.
really have to like lock in, pay attention, and yeah.
Which would you say is more like hard for like as a team, like stunting or tumbling?
I would say stunting for sure, because as I said, like if one person's like grip is off, then like the whole stunt can just like fall down. It's just like not safe. You really have to lock in for stunting, where like tumbling is more like of an individual thing. So like it's not necessarily hard, especially if you have like past experience with it. We also do like tumbling classes. Like I think it was on Saturday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because I had dance, but
Me too.
yeah. But yeah, I would say stunting for this one.
Yeah. How has cheer influenced your day-to-day life? Describe 3 ways that cheer has impacted your life outside of the sport.
I would say just like building connections and just like I don't know, like just like building a lot of like connections and like friendships through like along the way has just been so fun, and it's just like I miss like it a lot now that I'm doing like gymnastics.
Yeah.
But next fall I'm definitely gonna like hopefully build some more, because we do have a lot of seniors on this team this year, so hopefully we get a lot of people trying out next year.
How would you say like gymnastics and cheer like kind of like what are their differences and like similarities so far?
Well, obviously, like the event floor and like gymnastics, like it really helps you with like your tumbling and stuff like that, which you do need in like sometimes game day and competition. But obviously, like they're very different. Like gymnastics is so like individual, and cheer you really have to work as like a team, like I said. And they're like kind of alike with like I don't know, just like having a great mindset and stuff like that. But I think they're mostly like different, I would say, because I don't know, like gymnastics has all the events and stuff like that, very individual, and yeah.
Yeah. I know we've only had one gymnastics meet so far, but compared to your first cheer competition, your first gymnastics meet, which would you say was more hard, like mentally?
I would say cheer, because as I said, like prior to cheer, like I did gymnastics before, so like I knew what it was like to compete like individually, and I'm not gonna say like it was obviously like nerve-wracking. It was definitely hard because I wanted to do good for my team and stuff like that, but as cheer, like you have to work as a team, and yeah, but both are very like great environments and so supportive, and yeah.
Yeah, and it's like hard because like everyone's relying on you for
Yeah.
cheer, I feel like
Yeah,
too,
for
which
sure.
is like hard on like mentally. Describe how cheer has influenced your personal growth, and what differences do you see in yourself since you've started the sport?
Cheer has just taught me to like persevere through like any hard thing that like comes my way, it taught me to like work in a team. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it really has taught me to work in a team and just like work hard, not give up and stuff like that. We have had some like kind of like negative moments during the cheer season this year, but we've like persevered through them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna come back next fall.
Yeah.
I believe.
Would you say your coach, like for cheer and gymnastics, have like helped you get through those tough moments, or like have they made it harder for you ever?
Well, actually, like it has been like kind of hard because like when you're like out on like the track and cheering and stuff like that, like out on the competition mat, like there's nothing they can do to like step in and help you. They can only prepare you for stuff. So like I don't know. There's like really nothing they can do at that point. It's really just all on the team to just like take it all on and just like persevere and stuff like that. So yeah.
Could you tell us about how cheers impacted your high school experience so far, and how does it continue to play a role in your career as a student at CHS?
I'm so sorry. Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, of course. Could you tell us how cheer impacted your high school experience so far, and how does it continue to play a role in your high school career as a student at CHS?
Well, as I said, like I've made like a lot of friendships through cheerleading and stuff, but I think it's like kind of hard to like balance out like school, dance, and cheer just like all at the same time. It can be stressful at points, but like, I mean, I get the work done. It's nothing that a cheerleader like can't take on. Like that's what I signed up for, kind of. So yeah, like I knew it was gonna be a lot of hard work and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. And could you describe in what ways being a part of cheer has impacted your mindset and overall approach to life?
Well, I definitely like I think differently about things now.
Yeah.
Like it's taught me like not to give up, and like I'm taking life lessons from it, like as an individual, not only to my winter sport, but just like overall like in life, not to give up and everything, which is just so important. And I don't know, like there's, as I said, like there's just been some like tough moments.
Right.
There's just been some like tough moments, which has just been like hard this year, but
Yeah. Are you gonna like take the tough moments you've had this season and take like your advice on to next season from like the captains and stuff?
yeah, for sure. Well, we're not gonna have the same captains next year because
Yeah.
obviously they're seniors, but I'm gonna take some like life lessons on to like next cheer season and just like into my like individual life, and I just think I've learned some great things this season, which have just been like important life lessons for sure.
That's so great. Thank you, Nala, for telling us about your season as a freshman in Canton High varsity cheer team. For Canton Community Television, I'm Brooke. Thanks for watching.
Ife, Kai, Angel, Jack Cooper, Naomi Fong, Cameron Gershuni, Shane